The Math Center presents Converting Fractions into Decimals. In this presentation, we'll talk about how to change fractions and mixed numbers to decimals, and we'll talk about how to change decimals to fractions and mixed numbers. Here are the steps for changing fractions into decimals. First, put any whole number to the left of the decimal point. In other words, if you have a mixed number, put the whole number part of that mixed number to the left of the decimal point. Next, divide the numerator of the fraction by the denominator of the fraction, and write that number to the right of the decimal point. Then round if you are required to. For example, let's say you have the fraction 3/4. The numerator is the top number, 3, and the denominator is the bottom number, 4. Using a calculator, divide 3 by 4 and you get 0.75. So our final answer is 3/4 equals 0.75. Next, write 5/9 as a decimal. There's no whole number part, so we simply take 5 divided by 9. When you do that, you get 0.555. Repeating, the 5's go on forever. We call this a repeating decimal, and you can represent it by writing it as 0.5 with a bar over the top. Now let's try one that's a mixed number. Write 1 7/8 as a decimal. Okay, we have 1 as a whole number part, so I'm going to write that 1 to the left of the decimal point. Next, we're going to divide 7 by 8, and then place that answer to the right of the decimal point. When you divide 7 by 8, you get 0.875. So our final answer is 1.875. Now let's change decimals to fractions. The first thing we must do is to name the decimal. This means find the value of the last digit in the decimal. Next, we're going to write the number to the left of the decimal point as a whole number part of the mixed number. Then write the fraction part from the name and reduce to lowest terms. For example, rewrite 0.75 as a fraction. The 5 is in the hundredths place, which means the name of this decimal is 75 hundredths. To write that as a fraction, you write 75 as the numerator and hundredths as the denominator. Notice you can simplify this fraction. 25 divides into 75 3 times and divides into 100 4 times. So our final answer is 3/4. Next, let's write 0.7 as a fraction. The 7 is in the tenths place. This means that the name of this decimal is 7/10. It's simply written as 7/10. Next, let's try one that has a whole number part. Write 2.25 as a fraction. The 5 is in the hundredths place, so the name of this decimal is 2 25 hundredths. Write 2 as a whole number part of your mixed number, and the fraction part would be 25/100. We can simplify this fraction by dividing the top and bottom by 25. 2.25 equals 2 1/4. Let's try a harder one. Write 17.788 as a fraction. The 8 is in the thousands place, which means that the name of this decimal is 17 and 788 thousandths. Again, write the 17 as the whole number part, and then the fraction part would be 788 in the numerator and 1000 in the denominator. So it's 17 and 788 over 1000. Can this fraction be simplified? Yes, 4 divides both 788 and 1000. We divide the top and bottom by 4 and get 17 and 197 over 250. Thank you for watching this presentation on converting fractions into decimals.